like to take just a second in every show just to see if anybody has any questions about us or the Andrews Sisters or anything but politics.
Yes, my question is, what year did the Bugle Boy Company B come out?
I can't hear you.
What year did Bugle Boy Company B come out?
What year was Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy?
There you go.
That was 40, that was mid-40s. That was that was their hot time, like 45.
Yeah.
Was that your question, or were we just making it up?
That was my question.
Yeah.
My mother always played it. My mother always played it. She was
Oh yeah, everybody had to play Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, that's for sure.
And then it was done again in the 70s by Bette Midler.
That's
so
right.
And then it had a resurgence.
That's right.
Anybody else?
The Andrews Sisters they traveled the entire world. You know what? Sometimes they would, I read this in, yeah, because they would go to the troops and they would entertain them. Did you know that the Andrews Sisters did more USO shows than any other vocal group during World War II? Yeah? It's fact. You can Google that one too. And I also read that there were several times that the Andrews Sisters were taken actually under a blanket to a plane so that they would know, nobody would know who they were. They wouldn't know where they were going. They were not told, and they would poof, land somewhere and entertain the troops. So they were quite dedicated. Yeah.
I got a question for
You got a question?
you. My question is, what made you ladies decide to represent the Andrews Sisters? What brought this about?
Why did we do the Andrews Sisters? It's a long story, and actually it started in church choir. The three of us were in choir together, and they asked us to do a special number, and it had a big band feel. Anyway, we did the song, and afterwards several people came up to us and said, "You girls sound like the Andrews Sisters." Who? But we didn't know if it was a compliment or not. So we had to get a CD. We got online, found a CD, and we fell in love with their music. And we just thought, this is too good to stay in the past. We have to bring this. And we thought there might be a small audience, people that would want to hear it, but actually we go all over Chicagoland doing this, and people just love the Andrews Sisters.
Yeah.
So
I think mostly they're patriotic
Oh,
hearts.
absolutely.
Can you tell the audience about Honor Flight?
That was on the tip of my tongue, young man. He said, have we told you about Honor Flight? Have you guys all heard about Honor Flight Chicago? Okay. Well, from the ones who haven't clapped, I'm just going to assume that you haven't heard. Honor Flight Chicago is an awesome group that we volunteer for. What they do is they take World War II veterans free of charge to see their memorial in Washington, D.C. And they have a list, and you sign up, and when it's your turn, you're notified and all that kind of stuff. But it is such an experience. We've heard so many stories from these guys that come back, and they're just so honored and given that appreciation. So it's a really neat thing to sign up for. If you want to go check it out, it's on honorflightchicago.org. O-R-G instead of C-O-M. Oh, and I forgot well, not the best part, but we get to go to the airport before they take off at like 5 o'clock in the morning and give them a little USO show. That's right.
It's really our honor.
Right now, it's only World War II vets. That is correct. Yes, they have a list, and then they will shift it accordingly to how they need to. That's right.
but yeah,
So-
it's urgent that they get as many World War II guys.
That's right.
Yes. You're right. That's
Yeah,
can't
she
let-
said we're passing it on by doing the music and keeping it alive and stuff. And you know what else that I think is really cool? Our kids have to listen to it too.
That's right. You should see my 2-year-old and my 4-year-old. They sing Apple Blossom and don't sit under the apple tree like nobody's business.
So yeah, it continues and continues, and we hope it will continue. So, anything else? Oh, yeah, I just want to say a little fact. You know, Patty Andrews is still alive. That's the part that I sang. Yeah, she is 93. She turned 93 in February, and she lives in California. So how do you like that? Pretty cool, huh?
What years did they perform?
Oh, it was,
Okay, what years? They started in the, I would say, they got popular in the late 30s, but they had been doing for 6 years before they became popular. So probably early 30s, maybe 32. The last year that they performed together was 1967, and that's when Laverne passed away in 67. So then they did perform, the two of them, a couple of times here and there, but not all together again.
so there you go.
Anybody,
Okay.
any others?
We're just figuring out what song we want to do as we
Somebody over
read
here?
the pavement.
Have
Have we ever communicated with the lady that's still living? Okay, let me just say 2 words. I've tried. She's such a big star, she can't deal with me. No, I sent her a birthday card for 2 years in a row, and you know, even though I never heard from her, I always say I'm so grateful it didn't come back, return to sender. So there you go. That was my attempt at contacting Patty.
Oh boy.
Well, in lots of ways.
How has 9/11 affected us? Well, how anybody here? It's totally changed our world.
lives.
I mean, you don't look at your little myopic world. You really
Right.
have to consider the rest of the world and how we're just a small part. And
It's just it leaves you. What can you say?
And I think it makes us even prouder to do this show and to bring this music
That's right.
to folks, because we are still able to honor our vets, even the vets coming over right now. So hopefully they find some hope in this music as well.
That's right.
you know what? They're telling us we just have a few minutes
That's
left.
right.
So
Let's give a hand to our veterans.
Yes.
Hey, where are our veterans? Raise your hand if you're a veteran. You're a veteran. You're a veteran. You're a veteran. Raise it high. Be proud. Way over
Awesome.
there. I love it. I love it. He's a veteran. There. Oh my gosh, they're all the way up the hill. All right,
we
good.
are just